So, what happens when the world of books and the world of travel both start to feel out of reach for the same community at the very same time? Well, an innovative new venture called Birds Flying High believes it has the answer, and you're going to want to hear this. It all kicks off with this really powerful idea from founder Cassandra Brown. She calls it the passport gap, this feeling that the world is just smaller than it should be. And look, this isn't just about a physical passport, but about access to new cultures, new experiences, and maybe most importantly, stories that actually reflect who you are. You see, this passport gap isn't happening in a vacuum. It's actually the result of two major crises that are slamming doors shut, both literally and, figuratively. We've got a crisis of access to stories and a crisis of access to the world itself. Okay, so what's really causing this? Well, it turns out there are these two powerful forces working together. Let's start with what's happening in the world of books. Get this, 700. That's how many books were pulled from school shelves in Florida in just 1 year. And this isn't just about taking books off shelves. It's about erasing voices and limiting perspectives. And when you look closer, a really clear pattern starts to show up about which books are being targeted. So, check this out. Data from PEN America shows that almost a third of all the books being banned across the country are about race or have characters of color. This right here is the heart of the problem. It means the stories and voices of the Black community are being disproportionately silenced. And at the very same time, there's this whole other set of challenges, making it tough for many Black women to actually travel. I mean, we're talking about everything from money issues and just the headache of getting documents like a passport or a real ID, all the way to real safety concerns or even just finding someone to go with. These aren't just little hurdles, they are major roadblocks. So what do you do when the world of books and the world of travel are both getting harder to reach? Well, a really unique solution was born. Let's dive into what they've come up with. And here it is, Birds Flying High. I mean, the whole idea is right there in the name and that beautiful logo, right? It's a virtual traveling literary experience. It's built on this really simple but powerful idea. If you can't get to the world, then a book can be your passport. So what is it exactly? Well, Birds Flying High is basically a platform that creates these amazing immersive journeys, and it's designed specifically for Black women and girls. It takes books by Black authors and literally turns them into virtual destinations. It's all about building a bridge between your imagination and a real experience, and doing it with a community. But hold on, this is so much more than just your average book club. The whole experience is designed to be multi-sensory, you know? It's all about literature, yes, but also about that feeling of travel, and, importantly, the power of healing. And the way it works is just so simple and elegant. First, you pick a book by a Black author. That's your destination. Second, you dive deep into the story through this guided virtual journey. And third, and this is so key, you connect with a community of other women in these shared spaces and healing circles. And they've packed the platform with all these incredible features to make the whole thing feel so real. We're talking curated music playlists that totally match the book's vibe, live narrations from the authors themselves, can you imagine? And they even send out these artisan boxes to subscribers. And here's something I love. Birds Flying High makes it a point to partner with Black-owned businesses, so every single journey is also an act of economic empowerment. Okay, so this isn't just about creating a few cool trips. The vision here is huge. They're aiming to grow this from a pilot program into a whole cultural movement. And they have a really clear roadmap for how to get there. It all kicks off in 2025 with pilot programs in Florida and Philadelphia, starting with about 50 participants. The very next year, in 2026, the plan is to scale up to over 200 people and add more destinations. And then, by 2027, the vision is to go big, host a global mega event, and take these literary journeys international. Wow. And that idea of resistance is so central to what they're doing. I mean, think about it. In a time of book bans and, cultural erasure, just creating a space to celebrate Black literature and empower Black women is a powerful act. It's really about preserving culture and building these amazing, thriving spaces right in the face of censorship. And that really brings us back to the core idea, that final essential question. Birds Flying High is built on this beautiful belief that a book can literally unlock worlds. It can transform reading from something you do alone into this shared journey of exploration and healing and community. So the only question left is, if a book can be a passport, where will the next story take us?